Update, the calendar was up to date. Update, the fallout. Oh boy, was it some fallout. So everyone is waiting in the meeting. My boss is here. His boss is here. The other party is here. I'm of course there. Also before the meeting I did tell my boss, not in a complaining manner, that I had issues setting up slots due to the lack of responses from our own team. I didn't name him. I was generally talking about everyone. But my boss knew. Initially, my boss was supposed to set the meeting himself, because countless members have had issues working with him. But he was out of town and I took over the task. So, he joined in almost 10 minutes late. Needless to say, my boss, the guy reports to my boss as well, since his boss reports to mine, is pissed off. Not the first time. He has been difficult to work with. He finally comes in and does his presentation. The presentation went fine, but did he look tired? Yes. Was I happily watching him present at 6 a.m.? Yes. After the meeting ends and the other party leaves, my boss asks him to stay back in. And man, was my boss pissed. And I guess it was like the stick that broke the camel's back. All the occurrences of him refusing to work with people, his attitude issues, his condescending incidents were brought up. The guy did not say a word. His head kind of hung low while he listened to my boss ripping him a new one. Needless to say, I enjoyed each and every second of it. Now he is required to take mandatory HR training sessions for team communication. And I'll be setting those up too. So hopefully he'll be more vocal about what is preferable. Edit. Original post in comments. Original post. So, I, 24F, work as a coordinator, and part of my job requires setting up a lot of meetings. I was trying to set up meetings within 2 different time zones, and the time difference was of 14 hours. Naturally, they weren't going to be easy slots. After a lot of negotiating, I was able to get 3 early morning slots of 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m., and 8 a.m. I text the guy that I understand working hours start from 9 a.m. But these are the only possible slots because otherwise it is too late at the other side. I tell him that after a lot of negotiation, I have these slots, and since I need to schedule a few more meetings, I would be grateful if he could tell me his preferred one, so it is easier for him. The reason I asked the guy first because he was expected to present product functionality, and I was trying to make it easier for him. He refused to reply until the last very moment, and barely looked at my message and told me that his calendar was up to date, and just stopped responding. I was so mad. 1. I am negotiating for you. Point 2. I know your calendar is free at these slots because working hours start from 9 a.m. I wanted your ease. Point 3. He refused to even see my message after that. So I was like, okay, your calendar is up to date, and I'll use it. So now he has a 6 a.m. slot for the meeting. Because he refused to check my messages and email. He didn't even see the invite until his boss had already accepted it, and the other party as well. I will not sit and watch him give his presentation at 6 a.m. Can't wait for tomorrow. I am not in the same time zone. My meeting time would be 4 p.m. Edit. Corrected grammar. If possible, can you add the original post here? It's been removed, so some of us are missing the lead up to the fallout. https reddit.com/r/maliciouscompliance/s/fufexof3 original post is here. But I don't see any text in the post. Is it an app glitch or what? Old post is evident from the summary. A not so very nice colleague should present at a meeting. He was given 3 time slots that were a bit early for the normal office hours. But still okay. The guy didn't respond except saying that his calendar was updated. The meeting involved people in different time zones. So Op chose the time that suited best for the others. And that was not one of the 3 suggested. But 6 a.m. the guy had no meetings there. I had the opposite experience. One of my colleagues in Colorado arranged a meeting with people in Central European time during Corona work from home. It was 5 a.m. for him. Poor guy. So he didn't speak loudly as the rest of the house slept. He's a very good colleague. I used to date this man. Probably not this exact man, but this man's personality. He bragged about his performance review. Bob does not play well with others. He did not comprehend this was a warning that he was an ass to his coworkers. Thought it was a compliment of how unique and intelligent he was. He also told me how he was training a new person on his software. And she started crying. Because she could not figure it out. Again, he had no comprehension that she was crying out of frustration with his rudeness and poor people skills as a trainer. And lots of other examples. He was always a genius. And all the coworkers were beneath him. The new training sessions will be at 6 a.m. in the morning. This is brilliant. I've done the same thing before. Often by accident. When people say their calendar is up to date. We've got offices in the US, UK, India and Japan. And not many people have their working hours set at Outlook. So if they tell me their calendar is up to date, then I'll book a meeting that works for everyone. This has resulted in me being up at 3 a.m. before. Because Japan. But I'm a proponent of the do unto others mindset. And I'm petty enough to prove a point at my own expense. Nice. Thank you for the update. As others said, the old post has been removed. So maybe include it in the comments for not so active followers of the sub. Once I worked somewhere super stuck up and fancy and their website said calendars instead of calendars on every page navigation, and I giggled every time and never told them about it. It said revenge is best served cold, but in this case it pairs well with a hastily gulped cup of coffee rolling on the floor laughing. Ha, fuck that guy. And I'll be setting those up too, so hopefully he'll be more vocal about what is preferable. Lol. Now he is required to take mandatory HR training sessions for team communication. And I'll be setting those up too. The meetings will continue until attendance improves. Open mouth smile. I love it. It's amazing how simply being pleasant and easy to work with will get you so far in your career. Time zones make everything so dysfunctionally fun. My girlfriend is currently 5 hours ahead of me. So I get 3 a.m. calls when she wants to speak with me in her morning. Oof, getting dressed down like that first thing in the morning. What a beating. How do people not get that in a modern large company? You will be working with and having meetings with folks all around the world. My current team has folks in the UK, East Coast US, West Coast US, Japan and Australia. On behalf of administrative assistants everywhere, thank you. You have done what many of us only wish we could do. With exactly the results we dream about. Nice update. However, I'm a little bothered by the fact that the boss let you stay in the call while he chewed out the colleague. It should have been a private conversation between the two of them and maybe HR if needed. BORU, here we come. Bahaha ha 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 ha. Tasty. Tasty schadenfreude. A lovely way to start your day. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.